Welcome back, Moses Development, MHD Capital. We got the private jet ready for us. The crew is on board, waiting for us, going back to Miami. We're gonna show you how we make millions of dollars in real estate investing and development, okay? I'm gonna take you, we're gonna meet some of our local partners in Florida. We have our local design team, we have our local general construction team. We're gonna review some of the most legendary development projects in Florida, in South Florida. We have our equity fund coming up. We are raising $200 million for several projects. We're going to see some of the locations. I'm gonna take you with me and we're gonna see how everything folds and how we start the dream, create, design, and build our super tower in Brick Hill. Come check it out. Let's go. So the way we operate with Moses Development, MHD Capital, in each location, what I've been doing for the last 20 years, it's build relationship, right? That's why we also gearing up. We're gonna meet our local team, real estate agents, brokers, general contractors, other developers that we partner with, right? Today, I'm gonna really open the curtains and kind of show you behind the scenes, day of a life of Moses Development, Moses, the developer, the contractor, the investor. So you can really see everything that we do. In each location, we have partners. For example, in Miami, we're going to meet our local, one of our architects for the location, Kobe Karp, which is probably the most legendary, I mean, at least for me, one of the most legendary architects we worked with in South Florida. Kobe Karp, shout out to you. You're doing an amazing job. Keep it up. So we're going to meet Kobe in his place. We're going to review some of his projects and we're going to talk about Hershco Residences, our $350 million Hershco branded residences in Brick Hill, California. That's coming up. Our flagship building is coming up in Florida, and we are looking for two other locations by the ocean, right? So the Brick Hill, it's more like on the bay, and then we have two other locations that's going to go on the ocean, right, with an hotel component. So again, we keep seeing a lot of those type of developments when you have the major building and then you have an hotel component, and some of those are pre-selling. And what I love about Miami, it's the fact that you can pre-sell those units and you can raise capital for construction, which reduce your carry costs, which I always like to emphasize, because we make money on the deal when we get into the deal. We don't have to wait to sell the units, but it's the cherry on top of the ice cream when you can also pre-sell the units and you don't have to take a construction loan. Everything comes down to the dollar and cents. I know it sounds sometimes like we spend money without consciences, but in the end of the day, everything is being calculated. Flying on a private jet is being calculated to save time, right? So time, it's money, right? So when we, getting to our locations quicker, we save money, we save time. So each location our team meets, start with the design process, collaborate with our local partners, architects, real estate agents, mortgage brokers, anybody really that's involved in such a mega development when it comes to design and build, ultra luxury lifestyle, and really emphasize on the nature of the place for each location, right? If it's the lifestyle, if it's the vibe, the atmosphere, really to capture that energy in each community that we work in. So if it's Miami Beach, if it's Coconut Grove, there is different community, different energy. And I mean, Miami, oh my God, it's endless. The amount of energy and communities, the variety between each location, it's very important to understand it. So working, for example, with Kobe Karp allow us to really capture the essence of the location. Kobe's been in Miami for over 40 years, and that's why we see, for example, some architects like Kobe involved in like 90% of the projects that goes up. So usually the architect's on record, regardless who is the main design team, there is always a local architect. So for example, if I'm building in Aspen or if I'm building in South Florida, I might have my in-house design team start the process, and then I'm going to have my local team, right? So again, we're going to meet one of our partners, our real estate brokers, and he's going to show us pretty much all those locations, right? So you need to have those connections with agents, with project managers, with general contractors, and those connections, it's really essentially what allow you to dream, create, and collaborate. You need to have the dream, you need to have the vision, but you need people to help you execute, right? That's the golden rule. Number one, we have to find the right location. Number two, you need to make sure you have the right design for each location, the proposed design, right? Before the capital even, right? The way I like like to start? I like to reverse engineer the whole process. And you know, capital, it's part of the process, but you need to have the right site, you need to have the right design. And for that, you really need to have the local experience, the local expertise from those design team, right? As I mentioned. So it's kind of where the rubber meets the rope and everything falls apart. That's when you kind of create that opportunity really for investors to partner with us when you deliver above the expectation. And that's how you maximize return, maximize the profit, right? With my relationships, I'm getting a much better price than the average investor. So I'll give you an example. There is big companies out there, big names, right? Nextel or Blackstone, a lot of those big names, they don't get the same numbers that we get. So for example, they might go to the same general contractor or construction company. They might charge them more than they charge Moses because Moses know what things cost, right? The general investor not necessarily, you know, understand those costs, and saving on construction costs, the labor, saving on the material costs, saving overall on the projects, again, maximize the returns, maximize the profit for myself and our investors, right? So what's good for me goes for my investors. You know, I think about the stuff that a lot of investors, they don't think about, right? A lot of developers, you know, from those firms that I mentioned, they may not think about because they're not necessarily dealing with the actual construction. They're dealing with project managers, they're dealing with like superintendent, and they're dealing with the general contractor that they hire. But it's a different ball game when you have, you know, a general contractor dealing with those general construction guys, and we understand the game, we understand the rules, and they want to give us a better deal because we give them a lot of business also. So all those components, it's super important, and that's how we deliver really the kind of the perfect execution. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to take you behind the scenes. I'm going to show you how we make millions for ourselves, for our investors, and for our clients. If you're interested to invest with us, you can go to MHD Capital and submit your request. And you know, in general, if you have any inquiry, just go to my website, mosesserchcodev.com, or my personal mosesserchco.com, and send us a request, and we'd love to hear back from you. We just landed in Miami Beach. We're going to our hotel to rest. We have a big week coming up. We're going to show you some unbelievable developments that we are reviewing this week for MHD Capital, Moses Serchco Development. It's going to be very exciting. I'm going to show you a week of the life of Moses Serchco. Stay tuned and come join us. Let's go.